I'm in Lai Chi Kok for teaching today, so while I'm on the way back, it's time for today's music tip. If you have a kid or multiple kids, do not expose them to dumb, simple music just because they're kids. Expose them to something that will give them a foundation when they grow up to understand music better. Because that's better for the world, and it's better for music if people can understand music. And if they ever want to play music, they're gonna have talent. Maybe a little bit, but it's not genetic, okay? It's upbringing. If you are exposed to proper music as a kid, then throughout your life, you will absorb that, and it will be programmed into you. If you just listen to dumb stuff because that's all you're given, because you're just a kid, you're going to grow up musically stunted, okay? So, my tip for today is, if you have a kid, expose them to proper music. What that is another long topic, so I won't get into that here. But what I'm trying to get at is, don't leave it too late. If you bring up your kid without decent music around them, they're gonna grow up having no sense of time, no sense of pitch. And you can learn it later, but it's 10,000 times harder if you weren't brought up on it. I'm not talking about you have to teach them music. Just expose them to decent stuff and expose them to complex stuff. It's not too much for kids to handle. Okay? This is how we start from the ground up in terms of making the world a better place for music and for musicians. But also, as an individual, if they ever want to play music in the future, it will give them the chance to be able to have a head start and to have so-called natural talent. I would say it's really about upbringing, and then second comes the amount of time, dedication, and hard work put in, obviously. But to be honest with you, if you have a good foundation and you just get music, it's not that hard. Sorry, just making sure I'm going the right way. Anyway, so, I would say genetic predisposition would be a very small factor. It's exposure and upbringing. So, play fusion bands for your kids. Play Mahavishnu Orchestra. Not boy bands and not just nursery rhymes. Look, kids' songs are fine, whatever, but you can expose them to some serious music. It's not going to do them any harm, is it? And it's not too complex for them. They're kids. Doesn't mean they're stupid. Not to mention, that's the time to establish their foundation, okay? By the time people are 30 and they've been brainwashed by lame music in 4/4 with 3 chords for their whole life, it's very hard to undo that and reprogram any understanding of time, harmony, melody, whatever. You can learn it, like I said, with hard work, but it's 1,000 times harder than if you haven't already been preconditioned. So, give your kids the right conditioning now, before it's too late. That's my tip for today.